there's tons of resources on how to get great at sales, but then when you expand on each topic around communication, around body language, around influence, around human behavior, around child psychology, around trauma, around self-esteem, around self-worth, around limiting beliefs, like then you have a lifetime of resources. And what's happened often is someone who broke sales down goes out and studies these things. And then there's a bit of a telephone game in that they package up what they've found and kind of narrow it down to be more practical, which is great. You need some practical training as well. But you're almost getting the telephone game of like someone who came up with these core ideas, passed it on and passed it on and passed it on, and then some sales trainer took it and put their meaning on it, and we get that. Right. So I highly recommend for anybody that is kind of focused on that craft mastery, take some time and obviously focus on the practical, focus on the transactional and being able to gain information that you can put on the calls, of course, but also expand, right? Expand your idea of what are the elements, right? And look for inspiration outside. Like for me, public speaking was a big one, right? Like looking at masterful speakers because they're literally selling ideas to 5,000 people. Right? It's one thing to be able to sell one idea to someone specifically when you get to know their information, but to be able to sell emotion and idea on a large scale is a whole different ballgame, right? And then like questions, who asks great questions? And start looking at, Barbara Walters and all these amazing interviewers from the 80s and 90s and who ask great questions now and what are the elements of great questions and what professions ask great questions. That's where I came up with the doctor, lawyer, and therapist, right? All three need great questioning to be able to do their job well, right? So how do they formulate questions? And then you just get this snowball effect where you're drawing information and inspiration from everywhere.